All right.
All right, I'm ready, baby. Let's go.
Season 3, episode 16.
One
The
six.
the
The playoffs.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs. All right. So the picks are in, Nikki.
Right.
I'm
And
obviously happy JMU got in. I
right.
got friends,
Why are you
family
happy
there.
JMU got? Why are you happy JMU made it?
I got friends whose kids are there. They showed me they were very hospitable to me when I was there. Showed me a great tailgate, a good time. But I like the small schools getting in. It's like the NCAA basketball tournament. When the small schools get in, it makes it more interesting. Do I want to see Texas and Vandy in there? Yeah, that would be good too. But to see Tulane and JMU in there, I think is fantastic. I think it's good for football. I think it's good for the little schools that think they have a chance. Now they don't have a chance once the games
Right.
start, but
Right.
they're in. I mean, you think
And they're
Vandy would
getting
have a chance going to Oregon? No, fuck no, they wouldn't.
right.
I mean, Texas would have a chance going to Ole Miss. I think that'd be a great game. But I'm just glad they have their system. Top five conference winners with the highest rankings get in, and they were in the top five. Sorry,
Right.
Virginia, you choked.
Right. Oh boy,
Virginia
did they
wins.
choke.
They
What a
win. There's no
disaster that.
problem. It's done,
Yeah.
right? It's
Right.
clean. The committee could not have a Power Four conference, the ACC, not be represented. It just wasn't going to happen, right?
Yeah. Right. Right.
So Miami had to get in. And then it came down between Alabama, the last at large in. That's why I'm wearing their hat. And I love the Tide. I
Right.
mean, and
Roll Tide.
they run a gauntlet every year, man. They play that gauntlet schedule in the SEC. And sorry, Notre Dame, but you don't want to join a conference. You don't want to be in the gauntlet. So you can't be the last man standing and trying to get into the party. They're not going to let you in, man.
Right.
And the Big Ten has been begging Notre Dame to join the conference, right? Begging them,
Yeah.
but Notre Dame doesn't want to share their NBC money, so you can't have it both ways.
Right. Right.
So you know what? Sorry, and I was rooting for. I'm a Notre Dame guy. I was rooting
Right.
for Notre Dame. I was hoping they get in because they're playing really good right now. I mean, they're like top three or four teams in the country. The way
Right.
they're
They're playing.
playing,
Yeah, they're on a roll, no doubt.
they would have been really tough to beat in the playoffs. And whether at home or on the road, they would have been tough to beat. But you don't have a conference affiliation. You have no automatic bid to get in on. You got to go with the at-large bid, and there isn't enough space. I do think we need to go to 16 teams next year, which is fine, man. No breaks, no weeks off. One plays 16, two 15, and you go from there, man. And two rounds at home stadiums, which would be cool as shit, right?
Right.
How
Right.
much fun would that be, man? It would be mayhem. If they were smart, they would do that. Um,
But they're not smart. I mean, there's a lot of dumb people on that committee where,
yeah.
they're painting themselves into a corner like every day.
Yeah, the ACC's dumb too. I
Right.
mean, how Duke got in there ahead of Miami in that championship game is makes no
Right.
sense. It should have been Miami playing Virginia. And then, you know, if Miami loses them, they have no right to say anything, right? They're out.
Right.
Virginia's in.
Right.
And if they beat Virginia, they're in as the conference highest ranked conference. I mean, it's pretty easy fix, but I do think 16 teams makes it a little more interesting. You'll get another Big Ten team, obviously. You'll get probably a couple more teams from the SEC and maybe another Power Five team, maybe another like, small school team, which is fine, man. They're the
Right.
16th seed. They're going to play Ohio State in the first round. Good luck, right? If you
Right.
could beat them, damn, good for you. But you're not. You're
Right.
just going to go there to warm them up, which is fine, man, because we've seen it. Like when Delaware went in, who'd they play, Nick?
You mean this week?
No, like a couple weeks ago, they played like NC State or Clemson. They played somebody big time, and they
El
got
Paso or
no, they got
yeah.
blown out, man. Delaware played
Oh,
somebody toward the end of the year, and I said there's discrepancy between a small school and a big school with big players, with players.
right.
They
Right.
lost like 55-10. I thought
Right.
they played South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Delaware played South Carolina and lost 55-10. They got blown out by a bad South Carolina team. So that's what's going to happen next weekend, I think. Unfortunately for JMU, I think, Oregon's going to hang probably 60 on them. And then you have Tulane going to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is interesting, man. I think Tulane's interesting too. Beating North Texas. That was a good win, man. We didn't see
Yeah, that's a
that.
great win. I mean, this whole thing is, I mean, the story is telling, but this whole thing where coaches are going back from LSU to Mississippi to coach for a while,
Yeah.
that's nuts.
I think Tulane has a chance in that game.
Right,
I don't know if they can win the game, but I think they'll have a chance, a fighter's chance.
right.
The coaches are all still staying there at Tulane. Some are all staying. And I think that'll be a closer game. I mean, I think the Oregon game's going to be a blowout. So, all
All
right.
right.
So Indiana, which I left, I was at a party on Saturday night before the game, left the party around 8:30, 8:30. The game had already started. I looked at a buddy of mine and I said, Indiana has no chance to win, zero chance. So don't even tell me about your money line bet on Indiana. It ain't gonna
Right,
happen. There's no
right,
way. They may
right,
cover. It may be a close game. They may play them tough, but there is no way they can beat Ohio State. There's just the talent discrepancy is, I mean, it's not even close, man. It's not even
right,
close. And I always think players win games. I mean,
right,
good coaches help win games, but you got to have players. You got to have dudes. If you don't have dudes, you
right,
can't win big games.
right.
And I
Agreed.
guess they got dudes.
Yeah.
Did you
I mean,
watch
it's
that?
unbelievable.
Did you watch
In
that
my
game?
notes, I say right here, this is an unprecedented situation in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Never, never
Ni-
has this happened before. You know?
1945 was the last time they won the Big Ten.
Yeah. All right.
Indiana. They
Yeah.
tied it
It's just,
in 68 or something, but the last time
just
they
you're right,
outright
right,
won it
right,
was 1945,
right,
almost 100 years ago, 80 years ago.
right, right,
Crazy.
right,
I mean, I didn't see it. I mean, good for Zignetti. Obviously, he knows what he's doing, right? He's a solid coach. Um, their defense played really tough and hard.
They played tremendously. I mean, did
Yeah,
you see the play where the defensive back broke up the pass in the end zone? I mean, that was some all out play right there.
yeah.
It was
It, that's what one of the guys told me at that party. He was like, I think Indiana wants it more than Ohio State. Ohio State's used to be in there. They're going to go in there
right.
kind of lax. I guess it looked that way too on tape that Ohio State thought they were just going to roll in there and win the game, and Indiana said, "No, I don't think so."
They
So
should, you know,
um, Georgia looked great, right,
right.
against
Oh,
Bama.
one last point on Indiana, or two last points. I guess we have our Heisman guy. Are we agreed? I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't. I like. We'll talk about that later. It's one of our picks
okay,
for the week, but
okay,
I think I'm going to go with Diego Pavia to
okay.
win it.
Let's leave it for later. But maybe the best player I've seen all year. I don't know if he's going to get any awards. I think he's only a sophomore. Is this sophomore wide receiver from Nashville, Charlie Becker? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, yeah. He made a
The
lot
catch,
of big
every
catches.
catch that the guy makes, he's draped over somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's draped over him. He's flying out of bounds. He's
Is he a
upside
tight
down,
end or is he a wide
wide
receiver?
receiver.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's like you think, oh, that's the best catch I've ever seen, but don't go to the men's room because in like 2 minutes there's going to be a better one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was big in the Penn State game too. I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
that because
Right.
Surratt was out. He
Right.
dominated Penn State's DBs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good call.
Yeah.
Um, I saw some of the Georgia game. Alabama dominated. I was really surprised how poorly Alabama played with so much to gain. But it's a gauntlet, man. Those Georgia's. I got to be the toughest team out there. I like them to win it all personally, but
Yeah, I mean, as
they're
Kirby Smart said, my team is hard to kill.
yeah, yeah, they are. So is he. Um, so let's talk about Sharon Moore. This news just hit about a half hour ago.
Right, right,
He's out at
right. Yeah, so
Michigan.
the head coach at Michigan has been let go, and he's been replaced by Biff Piogi on
Yeah,
an interim basis for right now. So the Michigan job is open.
yeah. Biff Poggi was the coach at St. Francis. He delivered a bunch of dudes to Harbaugh, and Harbaugh delivered to him a job. First, he went to Charlotte. Then, when Charlotte let him go because he's not a really good coach, he's a really good recruiter, though.
Right,
They brought him onto Michigan staff, but he'll be. It's very temporary. Um, so he allegedly got some staffer pregnant, and that's why she's a student staffer or she's a post grad. I don't know. He's
young,
pregnant.
she's younger.
She's young.
Right,
He's married with three kids. He's a mess. He's done. I mean, not his
right,
coach career's done. He's done at Michigan. He'll resurface as an
right,
assistant coach somewhere.
right,
Because he can recruit and he can coach, but he fucked up. I mean, I don't know how else
right,
to put it. And
right,
there's consequence to those fuck ups, you know.
right.
Um, so I personally think Michigan's happy about it. I think
Yeah,
Michigan was looking for a reason to get rid of him. They couldn't just fire him because he was 9-3. He had a good year, but I don't think they were happy with the results. I'm not sure why. I mean, I take 9-3 all day.
right.
Um,
But
but
they expect to go, 13-0.
they expect to go 13-0 every year. They don't have
Yeah,
13-0 talent though, unfortunately.
right.
And neither does Indiana, but they got 13-0 coaching. So it's you have one or the other. Um, I just think they wanted to get rid of him. They had 3 years remaining, I guess, on his contract. They gave him like a 4-year contract last year when Harbaugh left, right? To replace Harbaugh. He was part of a lot of those scandals, a lot of the cheating that went on. And I mean, I don't think Michigan was mad about the cheating because they got a national title out of it. So they're okay with it.
Right,
Okay.
right. Agree.
Um,
Hard agree.
but once they found this, they're like, he's gone. And now they're not even paying him either. Now he's gone with no pay, which to me, I don't know. Maybe they just don't give him anything. I don't know how that works. I don't know. I mean, you're just terminated with cause. Do you get part of your salary? I don't know what his contract looked like, but
I think probably if it's truly for a cause, you don't get anything.
all
I mean,
right.
you'd
So
have to you'd have to try and litigate it.
here's the problem for Michigan now, though. First, find a coach, which they will,
Right,
and they'll find somebody competent because it's a good job with a lot of
right.
money.
Great job. Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a top five job, but I would call it a really good job. I call it a top 15 job. But I
Top one
do,
five,
huh? 1-5.
1 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it a top five. I just don't think there's a lot of good recruiting fertile area. Ohio there is, but not in
Right,
Michigan. And a lot of their
right,
players come from Ohio, right? They recruit Ohio hard.
right,
Um, but here's the problem. The commitments now. Now, all those recruits they just brought in, they had a nice recruiting class. They are all gone. They can leave now without
Oh, the door
anything.
opens. Right.
Door
Yeah.
opens for them for 30 days to open up their recruiting again. So a lot of the guys are going to leave. They came there
Right.
because of him. They're going to be gone. Okay. And then you have the portal coming up in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and more guys are going to leave. Then that's going to be an empty cupboard a la Penn State, to be honest with you. I think they're going to have a problem. So they're going to be like the Big Ten is pretty ripe for a team at the bottom to jump up into the upper echelon right now. You know that? I mean,
Right.
the right team has to jump in there, but that's Michigan's in trouble, Penn State's in trouble. Those are like two of the powerhouses in the Big Ten. They're not going to be very good next year. If they are, it's a coaching genius work. 7-5 would be a good record next year for any of those guys. Um, so Penn State, let's talk about Matt Campbell. That's a pretty good hire late in the game, to be
Oh,
honest
it's a
with
great
you.
hire, sure. You
Yeah,
know, I mean, he won at Toledo. He won it at Iowa State.
yeah.
And he'll do well at State College.
He will do
I
well
mean,
there.
I don't know if he'll win national titles like they want, but he's a good coach.
He he's gonna do well there, man. He's gonna fit the mold there. He's hard nosed. His teams are hard nosed. He's done really well in the transfer portal at Iowa State, bringing in dudes, identifying guys, kind of below the radar guys, and made them into stars. I think he's going to do well there, man. I, I mean, I'm rooting against Penn State because they're our arch rival, but they, they hit a home run, which if I was them, I would have hired him a week before or 2 weeks before because he was available then
Right.
because you
Oh,
would have
they
saved,
definitely botched it. You're right. They definitely screwed it
yeah,
up.
you would have saved your recruiting class.
Right.
He would have saved the class. At least some of the guys he would have saved. There's no doubt.
Right.
Because he's a good coach. I mean, an interesting guy. So then you got the Pat Kraft situation, the
Right.
AD.
Why don't you give an overview of what that's about? What the Pat Kraft. Pat Kraft is the athletic director at Penn State.
Yeah. So
So
Pat had a players only meeting with the players to discuss the coaching search. Players are they're pushing for Terry Smith to be the coach.
right.
And so Kraft met with him. So one of the players taped the meeting, unbeknownst to him.
Right.
And he just sounds like a raving lunatic in the meeting.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the only way to put it. He's
Right.
ragging every school in the conference. The only school he didn't really rag was Ohio State. I think he has high respect for Ohio State. Ragged Michigan, ragged Oregon. Um, I think he ragged Wisconsin. He didn't rag Maryland because I guess we're not even on the radar to him. But I mean, it was F bombs.
Right.
I mean, just the worst kind of tropes you could say about anybody. I mean, he just
Right.
was an animal, a
Yeah. Right.
full-blown animal. He didn't sound like an AD. He sounded like a frat guy drunk at 3 a.m. yucking it up with his friends. That's what he sounded like.
Yeah. That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, then he came out and apologized when the thing went live. I guess when everyone found out about it, he apologized to the president of the school. He had a press conference. I'm really sorry. I didn't act right. I didn't say the right things. But that he bleeds Penn State. I mean, that is a Penn Stater through and through right there. They're not going to fire him because they know that he's their guy, and he would die for Penn State, and that's why. But if that shit happened at Maryland, he would be fired like literally the next morning or that night when they found out. All right, it would not even be a thing, and that's probably why we could never beat them because of that. Um,
Right.
so that was interesting. I mean, college football is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable the
It's
stories.
just there's so much money in it now, and it's bringing so much craziness. Like we
Yeah,
were saying before this show started, you got the governor in Louisiana doing all this crazy stuff.
yeah,
You've got,
yeah.
I mean, this is the Pat Kraft speech is just a small window into how things
It's a
are.
window, though. It's
Yeah,
a big window.
right,
Um, you know, then JMU, who loses their coach, goes out and hires Sunbelt Billy Napier.
right.
What a great
Great,
hire.
what a great hire, right? What a
What
great,
a great hire for them, man. They
you
don't
know,
even know what a good hire that was. Hopefully they do know. But that's like a big time coach who recruited at a very high level at Florida.
right.
Had players, man, had dudes, but wasn't a very good coach against that elite competition. But in the Sun Belt, against that lower competition, he's gonna dominate at JMU.
I know it's like just whatever the over is next year, bet it
Yeah, I think
over
it's going to
win
be
total.
11 games. I wouldn't go 12-0,
Yeah,
but I mean, they got to play at Virginia Tech. They got some tough games coming up. But what a great hire! I mean
right,
that's called hitting a home run, right?
right.
I mean, coaching hire. I was I was really shocked, but I think Napier knows his lane maybe and knows that he's better off at these smaller schools. He's still making a shitload of money regardless, right? 1.5 million or 5 million at Florida. 1.5 million, we can all live on that. And Harrisonburg's a
Right.
cheap place to live, so he's going to be just fine. But for personal success and to show his chops, I think he's going to kill it there. Kill it. There's no
Oh
doubt in
yeah.
my mind. I
I
mean,
mean, he
coaching,
killed it when he was at down at Louisiana, the Raging
yeah,
Cajuns.
he won two Sun Belt Conference championships when he was there in 4 years. So he's going to do well at JMU. That I was impressed by that hire. Good for them.
Good.
And then the Heisman's this Saturday, Nikki.
Right.
Jeremiah Love,
Yeah.
Mendoza,
These are the guys
Pavia,
who they've invited to New York.
yeah, and Julian Sain. I think they only invite the guys to have a chance to win, right?
Right. Right.
So what do you like? You like Mendoza?
Yeah, it's got to be Mendoza after Saturday night. There's no. I
Is
don't
it
think
the is it the
before.
best player on the best team, or is it the best player? I
You
mean,
know.
is the player who means the most to his team? I mean, so there's I mean, what's the parameters of because it's if it's the best player, Jeremiah Love's the best player. All right.
Okay. I
If
agree.
it's the
Okay.
most valuable player in his team, Pavia, Vanderbilt without Pavia would be 2-10, not 10-2.
Right. Right.
No doubt in my mind. No doubt.
Right.
So Mendoza's really good on a really good team. They're whatever 13-0 now. His
Right.
stats aren't like popping off the page. Um,
But he makes plays, man.
he does make plays. At Penn State, he made some plays. He made plays at
Right.
Oregon, and he made plays at Ohio State. You're right. I
Right.
mean, so we'll see. I mean, he's definitely he's at negative 1,000. They'll take it.
Yeah.
Pavia's a plus 600. Jeremiah Love's a plus
So,
2,500.
so what does that mean? That means if you bet $1,000 and he wins, you get $100 back. So you get 1,100 back.
I don't. I think so. I thought it meant
Right.
you get $10 back. No, it's 1,100.
Oh,
You're right. It's 1,100. Yeah, it's not horrible odds. What's the
yeah.
point?
Don't be like me and bet Ohio State last week, thinking this is a lock on the money line.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, what can you do? It
All
went
right.
south.
The transfer portal has now 471 kids. The season just ended, man. It's gonna
Right.
be 5,000, 6,000 deep this year. 21 have
Oh,
committed.
how do you keep track of I mean, 5,000 kids. That's 10 groups of 500. That's a lot.
It is no. I don't keep track of it. There's a website that does it.
Oh,
O ON3 kind of recruiting website that keeps it, and that's what the coaches look at too. So they're when you send in your papers, I guess they get a copy of the papers and they put it on their spreadsheet. 21 have already committed to schools. I guess they can't sign though till January. I think that's the beginning of it. All right, so go ahead, Nikki, give us the final bracket. Here we go.
okay. So here
Playoffs.
we go. So leading off, you have in 12 slot, number 12 seed is the James Madison Dukes, and they're ticketed to go out to Eugene, Oregon to play the number 5 Oregon Ducks. Next game up is the number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide against number 8 Oklahoma at Norman, Oklahoma, in a rematch of a close game last month that Oklahoma won. The next game up is also a rematch, but it's from earlier this year. Number 11 Tulane Green Wave at Old Miss. So a pretty short trip from New Orleans up to Oxford, Mississippi to play number 6 Old Miss. And then this is an interesting game, certainly. Number 10 Miami Hurricanes traveling to College Station, Texas to play the Texas A&M Aggies.
That's going to be a good one. That I
Yeah.
think the best game of the weekend.
Right,
Alabama, Oklahoma will be good too. But those games will be till next week, and then we'll have our picks for those games.
right.
And and the guys waiting in the wings. I mean, I cannot believe Georgia to move up to number two. I'm kind of shocked. I don't think
Yeah,
they mind staying at three because that looks like the easier bracket. I mean, I don't think they want to play A&M or Miami in the second round, but Ohio State gets to do that. I'm just shocked that they didn't get. I mean, they both have one losses, right? Ohio State and Georgia.
right,
Um, why Georgia didn't jump them as the conference champion, and just a tougher schedule, tougher conference, stuff for everything. And they both have the
right.
same records. Why wouldn't Georgia jump up? That didn't make sense to me. I'm glad Tech got into the top four because Texas Tech, I think, is playing really good ball.
They're
Just
rolling.
spanking it on BYU.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go through the picks here. And the first,
Okay.
first one out is Notre Dame. And the next three were BYU, Vandy, and Texas. Uh, So if you had 16 teams, those four would all be in. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
You'd have some really interesting first round games with those four in. But um, obviously Indiana was the most impressive team of the weekend. Georgia second. Duke winning against Virginia has to be right up there, and then Tech beating BYU, right? That was just a
Yeah.
beat.
They just Texas Tech just throttled BYU. I
Yeah.
mean, they have injuries and they're good.
Men against boys there, man.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Right.
For the week I was 5-7, you were 3-6.
I was when you sent me that the other morning, I was like shocked. I thought I'd lost every game. I mean,
No,
every time it was
no,
just like, oh, that one didn't work out. Oh yeah, that one went south. It was terrible, man. It was
it was hard. It was hard.
yeah.
All right, so let's go through them real quick. So we both picked
Okay.
Jacksonville State. They lost to Kennesaw 19-15. Um, we both like JMU, and I also took the over. Lost all of that. Even though they won, they didn't cover.
I watched Troy play against last month against Old Dominion in I think in Norfolk. And Old Dominion was like throwing them around the field, like physically manhandling them. Like I can't figure that game out. I was like, man, JMU's going to win by 30.
Yeah, that game cost me some money. I
Yeah,
thought they would stomp them early and often, and they
right,
didn't.
right.
Uh,
I did too. Same thing here.
we both picked Boise and won that. Next game, the Mountain West. But I took the under, which did not hit. It just missed.
So yeah,
Oh, no, it did hit.
you did
38,
no.
38, 21, right?
Yeah, that's 59.
So it hit, right?
You had the under? Yeah, no,
I
it went
had the
over by
under.
half a point.
So I missed it by half a point, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
went over by half a point.
correct. I think that's
Unbelievable.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
Both love North Texas, thinking they're going to stomp Tulane,
Right,
right?
that was the lock of the week, you know?
The fade
The
of the
fade of the
week
week.
lost
Yeah,
again. Five
yeah,
and ten now. Jesus
right,
H. We both love North Texas. I love North
yeah,
Texas. I thought they were going to throttle them. They're
right.
coming in hot. Tulane stomped them. That was a good win. Miami, Ohio versus Western Michigan. I took Western and the over. The over didn't hit. Western hit. You took Miami of Ohio.
And I love Miami. I loved it.
Yeah. And the thing I don't think you knew that their quarterback didn't play because he was preparing for the NFL draft.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Finn.
again.
His last name is Finn. He didn't play.
Uh,
Um, Texas Tech, I took them and the under. That both hit, and you took the under. That hit. I love Bama. They got stomped. And you like the over. That didn't happen either. I liked Ohio State. They lost. I took the under. That hit. And then you took the under. That also hit. Good job. And we both thought UVA, there's no way they're going to lose to Duke, man. It's too much at stake. They're going to
right.
show up and they're going to play because Duke really is playing for fun, right? They weren't getting
Yeah,
in the
Duke's a
tournament.
five-loss team.
Yeah, they weren't getting in anywhere. and they won
Right.
the ACC and beat UVA in overtime. Unbelievable.
Right.
All right, so this week, Nick, we're ready.
Ready. You going to
Army
the? Are you
Navy.
going to the Army Navy game?
I'm invited. I'm still waiting to get the details. I am invited to go this
All
weekend,
right.
so I'm excited
Have you ever
about it.
been to one before? I've never been.
I have it. I
All
have not.
right.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I got my Staubach jersey ready to go.
All right.
So I'm going to take Navy. With that being said, if I'm wearing Staubach, you got to root for Navy. So I'm gonna
Right.
pick Navy. And my brother was in
Anchors
the
away. I
Navy
agree
too.
with you. I'm taking the midshipman.
You're taking Navy as well, 6.5.
Yeah.
And 38 and a half is the over under. Pretty low, right?
Yeah.
All right. Boise State getting 9.5 versus Washington, the LA Bowl.
Boy, you don't know if Washington's into this or not. You just don't know.
I think they are. I'm going to take them.
Okay.
I think they cover the 9.5. I think Boise State, I think is beat up from that beatdown they got last weekend. So
Okay. I'll go with the Huskies.
okay. And then you don't know about the opt-outs either, though. So that's kind of
Right.
tricky.
Yeah. You don't know who's into it. Yeah.
Right.
This is a real. This is.
The Veterans Bowl, Troy -3.5 versus Jacksonville State.
I got to go with Jacksonville State. I mean, I don't know
Me too,
what
man.
happened with that
Troy
last
just
week, but
lost to the JMU, right?
yeah.
So we're gonna go. I'm gonna go Jack State also, Nick.
Yeah.
Old Dominion getting 7.5 versus South Florida. South Florida's coach is gone. He's not sticking around.
Right.
He's at Auburn already.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Monarchs. I'll take Old Dominion there plus 7.5.
I'm gonna take the under there.
Okay. That's a good one.
I'm gonna take 55.5. I think both teams are kind of gonna have opt-outs. I think that game's gonna be a little weird. I'm gonna take the under there. Louisiana getting the 3.5 point favorites versus Delaware. The Blue Hens make their first time in Division One, and they make a bowl game. Good for them. The Ventures Bowl, 68 Ventures Bowl.
I got to go with the Louisiana Raging Cajuns here.
All right. And I'm going to go with Delaware. I think they're going to be really giddy about being in a bowl. So I'll take
Right.
the Blue Hens. All right. So for the Heisman Trophy, you're going with Mendoza, you said, right?
Yeah, we haven't really discussed it as much this year as in prior years, but that's because it's been as clear as mud. You know, the
This year
whole
hasn't
thing
been.
is
You think this year's been clear?
no, it's been very
Yeah.
unclear.
No
It's been
one's really
completely
jumped
muddled.
out. Like last year, Genty was jumping off the screen, man. This
Right.
year,
And then Hunter, yeah,
yeah, he Hunter was our favorite. Travis Hunter was our favorite player all year. My favorite.
yeah, yeah,
Week one, I said that's the best player in football. I mean, I could
right,
tell. He's playing
right,
both ways. He was killing people. I didn't think he'd win the Heisman though.
right.
I thought Genty should have got it, but he didn't. So Mendoza's -100. You're going to take him -1,000. I'm sorry. I'm going to take
Yeah,
Bavia at the +600 so I can make a little bit of money. And then Love, has a chance, and he's a plus 2,500, 25,000. And
right,
Julian Sand, who played okay last week, but that's going to be a problem for them in the playoffs if he can't
right,
handle any pressure. And I mean, he's only a freshman, man. I get it. You don't have a lot of experience, but he's plus
right,
40,000. So $100 will get you 4 grand. Nothing wrong
right.
with that. And then our lock, obviously, we talked about already, the fade. Um, what do we got this week, Nick, for the
For the
lock?
for the lock, I'm going to try. I'm going to go with Louisiana against Delaware.
LA Tech.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. All right. And then any
Uh,
RIP this week?
let me think. George Myra Jr. died. He was sort of, I mean, George Myra Sr., I'm sorry. George Myra Sr., not the one who's our age, but his father, who was a big quarterback in the early 60s at University of Miami, very famous in Miami. I
Yeah.
think he was a native of Key West. Um,
Yes. He
He
was.
passed away in his early 80s. So
Okay.
we're sorry to hear that. And he was a maybe one of the first great players at Miami.
All right. So George Myers Jr.,
Senior, right? George,
his
yeah,
son, I grew up playing sports against him in Miami.
right,
He went to
right,
Columbus.
right.
My high school played against him in high school, but I played baseball against him. We were little kids. I mean, I've known that guy, his son, since we were little. And his dad would come to the games. He is a huge deal in Miami. The Myra family is a
Yeah,
big deal in
right,
Miami, big sports family in Miami. So I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully,
right,
George Jr. and his wife are grieving appropriately. Man, that's terrible,
right,
terrible news.
right.
He's a big Key West legend as well. As my brother lived
Yeah,
in Key West and would talk about the Myra family there.
right.
All right. All right. Good week. Let's go. This week's kind of light on games, but
Yeah,
next week we're ramping full up
yeah.
for
Well,
playoffs.
that's good. We catch our breath.
Yeah.
Go to the Army Navy game. Maybe
Yep.
most pageantry of any college football game. Enjoy yourself, and give us a report next week.
Yeah, I'll take a bunch of photos. We'll share the pictures from the
All
game
right,
and the
all
pageantry. It
right,
should be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it. And all right. Thanks,
all
Nikki.
right,
I'll
brother.
talk to you. See you, man.
Okay, take care. See you.
Bye-bye.
Be well.